Yo, this is WSoul13 bringing you Raid Shadow Legends. And today I want to go through some endgame teams with you. Just to show you guys, hey, I've been playing this game a long time. What is possible, right? So I'm going to show you right now what's possible. Okay, so first of all, we're going to do a... try to do a duo first. Right, so this is a Draco Septimus duo of minnow 15. It's pretty fast. It's not 20-second fast, but it's pretty fast. It's under a minute. It's usually like 30 seconds to 40 seconds. And does the job pretty good. So yeah, you got the repeating A1s from Septimus. This is just, if you play the game long enough, even if you're F2P, you will get lucky pulls. Not saying, oh, you're gonna get Septimus, right? Of course not. Or you're gonna get Draco, of course not. It's kind of just a look at this account. This is what this can do if play the game long enough and you get a little bit of luck. You know, this version of your account, if you don't get Septimus, maybe it's Valkyrie, maybe it's Kaimar, maybe it's Duchess. Why I mention those champs is because I don't have those champs, right? So if I take Draco off and if I have my level 60 champs built, it should be possible to do it with just Septimus carrying the team, but it's going to be a little bit slow. So this is what it'll look like with just Septimus running the team, right? So Septimus has that shotgun A1 that'll clear the waves really fast. And then we just need a little bit of help in the wave 2 because sometimes he won't one-shot one of the creeps. A little bit of MOBA talk right there. All right, so yeah, I mean, it's not bad, right? So the other guys are basically just fodder. So Septimus doesn't take as much damage, and he can get around to his, what is that skill called? His A2 a lot faster, his big hitting skill. Like, the only thing is his AI doesn't really want to focus on the ads. It wants to focus on the boss. You know, 1 minute without Septimus, without Draco, so it's a solo farm for Septimus. It's pretty good because this allows me to get a little bit more experience on my guys. So let's go to Dragon 25. Well, for Dragons 25, I think you've already seen this, but you can look in my channel for it. All right, I'm not gonna show that one because that's gonna take a little bit longer. But I will show you some stuff real quick. All right. So for Dragon 25, I actually do a solo farm for Weethier. That gives me food, and it's around 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I will be updating this to include somebody that I am working on, and it should be ready about next month. This is a good look at my account too, right? So you probably want to see what the account can do at 2.5 years of playing. And the guy I want to put in there is Theodore right there, and I'm level 31. So let's take him out of the pit real quick just to show you. I do have Theodore. So yeah, Theodore is going to be my 25 dragon farm guy. Also going to pull double duty for Hydra, which is what Weethier does. So because I'm not doing that, right, I will just give you my regular Dragons 2014. So a lot of my teams are focused on Seer, obviously. Like, is there a way not to use Seer? It looks like there is with Ruel and Mithrala. So once I have Mithrala, I'll probably try a Ruel-Mithrala combo. Now I have Vildrax, so Vildrax obviously isn't as good as Mithrala. And then the only thing here is because I'm using Renegade, this second wave, it has like maybe like a 30-40%, like a 70% maybe chance of being delayed to 30 seconds instead of just being 20 seconds. And because I'm relying on Seer hitting that cooldown reduction from what skill, what passive is it? It's a mastery. I think it's flawless. I guess vicious cycle or cycle something, violent cycle. Anyways, the offensive mastery that takes a cooldown away of 1 turn if you deal, I think, 30% damage with a skill. So if that doesn't trigger, right, then that run is a little bit longer, maybe like 10-15 seconds longer. But it's like, it's usually done in about a minute and a half at 24, and I have Frozen Banshee here as my boss killer. So the Theodore build, I think it can do dragons in 2 minutes. So, it's pretty fast. And he can solo. So I'm really looking forward to using Theodore here. Yep. Yeah. This is pretty typical. And take note, I'm playing on mobile. So if this is on PC, that could easily be under a minute right there. That's just the way it is. It is a lot slower on mobile. That's kind of one of the things that you give up. So for Ice Golem, it's the same thing. I have Weethier here for 25, and then I'm probably going to use Theodore for 25 as well. Although it is the wrong affinity there, so we'll see. I haven't really seen anybody test Theodore out for 25, but this is my 24 team, right? And it's pretty slow. I think this is my slowest team overall, and the reason why it's so slow is because I don't have Riho particularly programmed for dragons, for Ice Golem, right? If I get her like tuned specifically for Ice Golem, I feel like I could consistently get this to like a 2-minute run. So as of right now, the run could take anywhere from 2 minutes to maybe 4 minutes, depending on if Riho Bonesphere survives. So if Riho survives, it becomes a very easy 2-minute run. If she doesn't, then it becomes a really grindy 4-minute run, or even longer. Because Rotos is just going to be the one trying to take the Ice Golem away. So the cool thing about this is that, I get to put Rotos in Lifesteal set, right? So that could also be the Lifesteal Plus set. I forgot what it's called, the one with extra crit rate. I think it's called Bloodthirst set. So that's actually a good set for this build as well. It's just that I already have my Lifesteal one built out, so I'm not gonna. As far as the stats goes, they're pretty achievable, honestly. Okay, this is where it becomes a really long grind, and it does have a chance to fail if Rotos cannot resist the decreased healing, right? So that's kind of unfortunate right there. It's just the way it is. So now it's gonna go from a 2-minute run up to maybe like a 3-4 minute run. That's just the way it works. But Rotos has resist on him, no accuracy unfortunately, because I just couldn't fit it in anymore. I think if I shifted to a Bloodthirst set, I might be able to squeeze in a Perception set here instead of, I think I have an amount of crit rate set right now. So that might actually get my accuracy up as well. It's just that I may not have enough Bloodthirst gear with crit rate, crit damage, speed, and resist on it, And the other cool thing too about bringing Lydia here is she does buy you that 1 extra turn where you block the revive, And then if she's down, she brings herself back. If anybody else is down and she's alive, she brings everybody else back. So it can help speed up the run. But in general, it slows down because if Rotos doesn't exactly land his block revive, right, like he did there. So if Rotos lands his block revive there, even if Riho is dead, it's like a 3-minute run, maybe 2.5 minute. But if Riho and Rotos is alive, this is closer to a 2-minute run, which is pretty good, I think, for 24. I wish I could do a faster Ice Golem team that was safe, you know. So the thing with Ice Golem, especially if you're farming like for events, is you want the runs to be safe, not necessarily just fast, you know. So this is why Ice Golem is probably one of the trickiest dungeons to build, because I can build a fast team, you know. So yeah, my best time ever was 2 minutes. I think my best time for 20 was like under a minute. You could definitely do like an under a minute team, you know, but it's just not gonna be safe, and that's the problem. So that's Ice Golem. Let's do Spiders. So Spiders actually received a huge upgrade from me. So I want to show you my 20 team real quick, then we'll go back to that 25 team right there. Where is my Spiders 20 team? Here we go. So 20 does give you a little bit better silver and points, I think. Silver for the energy and then points for events. And this is like a 13-second team if everything goes well. So everything goes well here is actually just decreased defense and, okay, there we go. And then Septimus will finish it off. Boom, bye-bye. So yeah, that's like a 12, 13-second run. You know, like I said, I'm on mobile, it does slow things down, and then I'm recording on top of it, so that slows it down as well. You just gotta keep that in mind, but if you're running this on PC, these same teams would be pretty close to like content creator speed teams. I mean, it's not gonna be like absolutely 1-for-1 their speed teams, you know. So this is my 25 team right now. It's full of level 50 champs, so I figure if I can probably get them to 60, maybe it'll speed it up on the average, because there are like certain parts where I'm just short a little bit of damage on the Spider Queen. But there we go. So Ignatius puts out the burns, and then Sisha ignites the burns, and then Achak freezes all the dudes so they don't take a turn. That also speeds up the run, right? And then I just swing around to switch Sisha's AoE HP burn herself. She puts on HP burn. If she gets everything on, she'll take an extra turn. See, I'm just missing that last sliver of health right there. So unfortunate, right? Oh, there we go. So it's usually anywhere from 30 to 50 seconds. That's somewhere there. 40 seconds is probably closer to what it is. And then finally, we got Fire Knight. So Fire Knight took me the longest to try to go to 25 with, but only because I had a hard time getting through the waves with like a faster team. So the problem really is just getting through the waves safely with a faster team. So with something with Royal Guard in it, you know, that was kind of like one of the problems. What did I do here exactly? I'm trying to see if this is the right team or not. I feel like this isn't the right team. This is the safer team. I'll show you my riskier team later. It's a little bit riskier, but it's definitely faster. And the tricky part with 25 for Fire Knight is just getting through the waves with a team that can get through the Fire Knight shields. So the shields do go up to 12 hits. And you know, that is definitely a lot harder to do. So yeah, this right here is the reason why Vizix is so good. So I did that. Karma Burn, not everybody's dead because Vizix didn't put her buffs on. And that's just, I could probably tune that a little bit better on the AI. I don't think I have this on the AI. And there we go. We just need to keep everybody alive so we can actually yeah, I don't think I have this one on AI. I was trying to find a way to get a speed team here that was safe. Safe and speed doesn't really mix all the time sometimes. That's the unfortunate thing. So, okay, let's see if all my skills line up here to get the, should do the A1. Okay, so I got the A1 there, which is good. I didn't do the A3 there, unfortunate. So we might not have enough here unless we get an extra turn, and there we go. Okay, shields are down, good. So we got, the run got saved there by Allure's extra turn. If this was on AI, the sequence was supposed to be the 3-hit A3, I think, or A2 from Renegade, and then the 2-hit A3 from Lydia, and then A1s for Vizix and Allure, and then A1 for, what's her face? Seer. So it's a Seer-based team. Maybe if there's like a wave clear team I can come up with without Seer in it, that would be cool. So I can like make the run a little bit faster and safe at the same time. But yeah, once the Fire Knight is down here. So what's notable here is I don't have Cold Heart in the team, if you notice. So right, if I replace Vizix with, let's say, Royal Guard, it makes the run a little bit less safe, because now I'm hoping Allure is gonna land that sleep on wave 2 to buy me enough turns to get to my cooldowns. See, like if I had Kymar here, obviously this would be a much better. Although I see a lot of people still running Renegade Endgame, so maybe Renegade is better because she does have that triple hitter on one of her skills, and that does help you get through that initial shield, you know. So Allure can do her thing, but Allure here is just so good, honestly. Once you get Allure, you don't even need Cold Heart anymore, to be honest. So Vizix here could be Cold Heart if I could just find a way to keep it a little bit more safe. That could also be Royal Guard, to be honest, and I think I do have Royal Guard programmed on my AI. I'll have to try it. Let's try running it with Royal Guard, because I do have that team built out. It's just it's not. I've seen it fail a few runs, and I haven't really been trying to. Where is it? Fire Knight. Yeah, these. I feel like these slots aren't enough anymore, huh? It gets filled out fast. Okay, so I do have a Royal Guard team built out. So let's see if it works. I want to show you guys a slightly faster run. I think I can get it to like 2.5 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, or 2 minutes. I think it's a 2-minute run. Okay, so it's a Seer comp, right? So I do want. There we go. So once I hit that Karma Burn right there, and I'm not really getting all my damage through, I just want to try and get enough A1s off here to reset some of my cooldowns. Right, there we go. And then Renegade here will get our cooldowns up. And then we do the same thing again. Karma Burn there, and sleep. There we go. So as long as I get the sleeps, it shouldn't be that bad. I should be able to get through, yeah. So I got the sleeps, so that keeps it safe, I guess, if Allure can land the sleeps on everybody. So that is a little bit of a danger right there. At least if I miss that sleep, the team is dead. I could probably try to get a little bit more HP there, just so they survive a random hit or two from some of the guys. So yeah, it should be money here to get through, because Royal Guard has that 4-hitter, and that's it. It should be smooth sailing from here. So it just gets hairy in the waves, because sometimes I won't have enough. I just won't have enough toughness to get through the waves if a random Renegade hit goes through, you know. So yeah, it's a pretty decent comp that can run about 2 minutes. Stage 25 has a little bit of a failure rate, unfortunately. I think I probably fix that with just a little bit more HP across the board. But you know, other than that, it's not bad. And Allure here does so much work. She is amazing, you know. And Royal Guard too actually does a lot of work here. He puts that decrease speed on, and also hits pretty hard with his own little enemy max HP slam, even if it's just 10%. The reason why I pick Royal Guard here over somebody like, let's say, Cold Heart, while Cold Heart is better for the boss, for the waves, Royal Guard is just better. He just brings a little bit more damage. So that means even if my Seer is a little bit short in terms of buffs to strip, right? So I did need that one extra layer of buffs to get it, like, to just within one hit of it finishing. It's a 2-minute run. It's not bad, right? So that's it. That concludes the speed teams, and I think we'll throw in a bonus keeps team. Right, so this is usually what I run for potion keeps. I could probably get a faster team here. It's just that I haven't really put the time and effort in to make it a lot faster. Like, obviously I've had it in like 30 seconds or whatever. I think this team is like a minute. I feel like this team goes for about a minute. There we go. That and that. All right, so we get some extra turn action there from Septimus Royal Guard. I mean, they really are a pretty good combo. So you got the slams right there from Royal Guard. Right, Karma Burn. So once the Karma Burns are done, so how that team could be faster, obviously, is if Karma Burn goes off again. So this is where Kaimar would be a lot better than Renegade, because it just guarantees that Seer goes again. So Kaimar or Yumiko here would be great. So if that doesn't happen, it's usually like a minute run. If that does happen, it's like less than a minute. So it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. And boom. Easy money. All right, so that's it. Those are the endgame teams for a free-to-play account, right? Free-to-play doesn't mean you won't get lucky. Obviously, you will get lucky if you play the game long enough. This is a 2-year plus account, you know, so 2.5 years of playing. This is what it looks like. All right, looks pretty good, doesn't it? So the only thing is, why would you play this game for over 2 years? Like me, for instance, I could have probably quit after I beat Hard Doom Tower. So for a lot of players, that is kind of like the cream of the crop achievement for a free-to-play low spender player, is beating Hard Doom Tower. And I think only 5% of players beat Hard Doom Tower. I'm pretty sure that number will shrink over time because of just the influx of newer players coming in and the people giving up before they even get there. So I'm pretty sure over time that might become like a top 1% achievement for people. Just people will beat it and quit, or will quit before they even beat Hard Doom Tower, right? So I feel like if you play the game long enough to try and beat Hard Doom Tower, you will get lucky at something. So most likely, we're not all going to have the same level of luck, right? As far as Void legendaries go, I don't have a lot of good Void legendaries. That's the main weakness of the account, I think. Because that's just the way it is. When you're free to play low spender, those amount of Void legendaries you're going to pull is just infinitely small. You know, I think I've only pulled 3 on the lifespan of this whole account. Wow. Let's take a quick look before I leave you guys, just to show you the disparity of Void legendaries, top tier and just in general, right? So, why did I do that? Misclicked. Yeah, before we quit hanging out, I just wanna. No, I don't wanna go through the fight again. Sorry, guys. Just chill, yo. All right, so let's take a guy off. So we unhighlight these things, and I think we have the bolt on. Okay, good. So, all right. So for Void legendaries that I pulled personally, all right, Riho doesn't count because she's actually a guaranteed champ, right? You know, so the Riho doesn't count. We're looking at, I think, 2. Is it? So Bellanor would be one. And then the other one is, I don't think oh, here we go. Solus is probably the other one. And do I have anybody else? No, that's it. So I only pulled 2 Void Legendaries. Is that right? 2 Void Legendaries in 2 years. Wow, that's pretty sad. So really, that's the reality of a free-to-play low spender. I put low spenders in the same boat. Somebody commented on my other video that the difference between a spender and a free-to-play player are champs. I disagree. The difference between a spender and a free-to-play player will usually be gear, right? So if you look at my hard Doom Tower clears, all 3 of them, honestly, especially the first 2 though, those are some of the lowest gear you'll ever see clear hard Doom Tower. I mean, look at it and be honest with yourselves, especially if you've seen the content creator ones, or even like this, just the players that have better gear than me. There's a lot of them that have better gear than me. I don't even have nearly the same level of gear as most players that, you know, post online or whatever. And the reality is that's just the way it is if you're a free-to-play low spender, because what will cap you is going to be energy. So if you're a free-to-play player and you're playing this game at a high level, you're always grinding anyway, right? The only thing is you're limited by your energy. So the days that you want to grind, you just won't have enough energy. And you want to grind overnight, you don't have energy, you know? Same thing. So I'd say maybe like it's a factor of 2 to 3 between free-to-play versus low spender in terms of gear. And then it's a factor of 10 to 100 to 1,000. I mean, literally, it scales up infinitely high once you get to the whale territory. Because gear, if people don't get this yet, it's not about just the sheer amount, but it's like hitting those triple rolls, hitting those quad rolls in the right places, in the right gear sets, you know, with the right combination of stats on it. Really hard to do. I mean, it is what it is. That's the way the game works. It's an RPG, you know. It's an ARPG dressed up as a turn-based RPG. So, yeah. I'd say the main difference between a free-to-play low spender and a whale would be champs and gear, right? So one of the big differences there would be just the sheer number of void legendaries a free-to-play or low spender would have. So this would be on the lower end of luck, in my opinion, probably, for pulling void legendaries, because I have opened a lot of voids. I've probably opened over 300 voids now, or 200 voids. It's definitely over 200. Because I did 90 for Riho. Yeah, I'm almost sure it's over 200 if I count it all out. It's probably closer to 300. So that's a little bit on the low end, right? Especially, you know, if you've been pulling in 2x. I'd say about 60% maybe of my pulls were done in 2x. And then the other ones were done in guaranteed champ events. So I did pull for, I pulled for Riho, so that's 90. I pulled for, so I'd say about half was pulled outside of 2x. So maybe it is closer to 300 or 400 actually overall that I pulled in voids. And if you're asking, oh, how can a free-to-play low spender get all these voids and sacred shards, right? I've had somebody look in disbelief at this account and they're like, holy crap, bro. I'm like, holy crap, bro. Holy crap, bro. How'd you do this, bro? I mean, bro, you've got to be faking, right? This got to be a fake account, right? I mean, look at those voids. Look at those secrets. And I've already pulled a bunch of those, actually. And the answer, to be perfectly honest, because I only actually do one thing in my raid account on the daily, and it's this. I do Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. I do that every day. And this is a helicap comp, obviously, so everybody has helicap. If you're playing the game, you're watching this video right now, most likely you have helicap. If you don't have helicap, though, it's unfortunate that you don't have helicap. There are ways to build an Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss team, but it should be on the top of your list if you want to be perfectly honest, right? So if you don't have Unkillable and you don't have any of the 2-for-1 comps available, right? Because you can do a 2-for-1 comp without Unkillable in it, and 2-for-1s actually can do a little bit of work in Ultra Nightmare because it just allows you to get a little bit more mileage out of your champs. The only problem is that the speeds plus the toughness that you have to merge to get that comp to work is a little bit hard, but it's something you can kind of work around. Yeah, so the reality is that most people will not be able to hit Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss within the year of playing Raid unless they pull the Unkillable champ or they play in the Helicap Fusion. That's just the way it is. So your entire approach to the game should be tailored around getting your dungeon teams up and then trying to play for the fusion events, because sometimes you will get a champ at the fusion event that will get you to Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss almost by themselves. So last year we had Geomancer as a guaranteed champ for 40 ancient shards. We had Underpriest Grogny, right, as a fusion champ, Demitha as a fusion champ, right, Patura as a fusion champ. So those four, while Patura is not a clan boss archetype by himself, he's a very strong clan boss champ. So is Geomancer, not really an archetype by himself, but a very strong clan boss champ. Those two though, Demitha and Brogny, they are archetypes and clan boss by themselves. This year, those have been relegated more towards the guaranteed champs. Before we had Helicap. So I think the archetypes by themselves that we had as guaranteed champs, probably I would say Riho and Kyoku would be the two, with Kyoku being more than Riho. The only thing with Riho is that although she does fill in all the debuffs and buffs that you want for clan boss, right? She won't be able to do it by herself. Obviously, she'll need a lot more help. Kyoku is closer to being able to do it by herself. I feel like with her and some free-to-play, low-spender friendly champs, you can really do a 4-key or a 3-key Ultra Nightmare, which is amazing in my opinion, right? For just one champ for 15 sacred shards, right? So that's a really good price for Kyoku. But fast forward to when we got Helicap though, who you could have gotten for less than 10 sacred shards, right? So that was the way to go, in my opinion, right? So being able to get Helicap for 5 sacred shards or whatever it is you spent for that event, I feel like we might get another one this year. We might get another one this year. Because we got 2 last year, right? Underpriest Brogny, Demitha. We might get another one this year. It doesn't need to be a unkillable champ. It could be a piece of a good clan boss team. That's why I feel like shards should be reserved to try and get these guaranteed champs and try to get these fusion champs. That's the meta of the raid right now. Especially if you're free to play or a low spender, you're watching this video and you're like, okay, I'm looking at all these accounts, I can't seem to get the resources. The resources is actually just you playing the game and not opening the shards unless it's worth it, right? Shards are most valuable these days unopened. See y'all next time.